America in symbolic terms, isn't it?
Yes, it certainly is. This is obviously the end of one administration and the beginning of another. It is also a day of many firsts. Kamala Harris will be the first woman to be Vice President of the United States, the first woman of African American and South Asian descent to become Vice President of the United States. We will have for the first time a second gentleman rather than a second lady. And in addition, this marks the first time, as many commentators have noted today, the first time that the United States has not experienced a fully peaceful transfer of power. So it's an interesting day for many reasons. It's also a day that many Americans are, looking toward the future with a mixture of both hope and fear. If you look at public opinion polls, Americans are very, very concerned about the COVID pandemic now that it's killed more than 400,000 Americans, and it's their top priority for this incoming administration. And they're going to have really their hands full. They have had a lot of problems in getting the outgoing administration to cooperate with them on transition issues, and I think they're looking forward today to figuring out just how big of a mess they've gotten themselves into.
We have images coming in of former President Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton walking in. Remember, of course, Hillary Clinton lost to Donald Trump famously 4 years ago. Bill Clinton, two-time U.S. President, he and his wife Hillary Clinton are among the special invitees for this inauguration that's taking place at this moment. There's also a strong India connection, and that's not just Kamala Harris. There are about 20 Indian Americans in some form or the other who will be part of the new administration. Seema Sirohi joins me at the moment. Seema, you're there in Washington, D.C. Is there a sense that the Biden administration will therefore perhaps reach out to India in a more significant manner than the Trump administration did, or will issues like trade in particular, possibly human rights violations, remain contentious issues with a Biden administration?
Hello. See, the thing is, the number of Indian Americans in the Biden administration is very significant, no doubt, but they are Americans first and Indian Americans second. So they will be basically pursuing the policies laid out by the president. Their presence in the administration doesn't necessarily mean that, India will have an easier time or a harder time. It will be up to the Indian government and Indian diplomats to make their case to the administration. As for human rights, yes, this administration has said that they want to bring human rights to the center of American foreign policy. So we can expect some questions on that, but counterbalancing that is the whole question about China and Biden administration's policy towards China. So yesterday there was some confirmation hearings, and we got kind of an early indication as to what the incoming Secretary of State and incoming Defense Secretary think about China. They both noted that it is the most significant challenge they face. So as far as that is concerned, the hope is that they will continue with the Trump administration policy of the Indo-Pacific, in which India is an extremely important element and a pillar of the Quad strategy, etc.
We're getting more pictures there coming in, live pictures coming in from Washington, D.C. A short while ago, you saw former President George W. Bush and his wife there, Laura Bush, also part of the contingent of former presidents who are there, along with the Obamas and the Clintons. I'm joined by Stephen Golub, international affairs expert. Stephen,